Hello. Welcome back with Kicking It with Colton House. I'm Venetia.
I'm Caitlin.
I'm Zoe.
I'm Ashley.
And as promised, we are going to be talking about this new Bank of America No Money Down program. I think it kind of like almost broke the internet. It was posted everywhere. I've been getting screenshots. People are sending this to me and they're like, no money down, and is it only in these neighborhoods? So we're going to go ahead and dissect the program and kind of like talk about what that actually means for you as a consumer, as a buyer, and how you actually apply it, and what the requirements of that program actually is. So
Yeah.
have you've heard about the program, obviously.
Yes, and looking into it more, the Bank of America No Money Down program will pay closing costs, down payment, and they're targeting specifically minority neighborhoods. Now, this doesn't mean that you only need to be a minority, just they're targeting those neighborhoods. So it can be a gentrified area of your town. And these are in 5 cities. So Charlotte, Dallas, Detroit, Los Angeles, and Miami. But there are certain things that you need to do to be able to be eligible, and Zoe is going to talk a little bit about that.
So I think it's about 21 cities that they rolled it out to, and then those are 5 that she mentioned. So all the rest of the cities will be, I guess, revisited until, it'll be revisited 2023.
So when you say the 21 cities, it's basically what, like a pilot program?
Yeah, so basically I guess they're just trying it out, see how it works for them, and then if it works, then they'll roll it out to other cities. And I know one of the requirements was doing a class through HUD or Bank of America to qualify.
Wow. Okay. So when you say through HUD or through Bank of America to qualify, now I know everybody sees Eventbrite, or you have like all these realtors and brokerages are having first-time home buyer seminars and classes. Would those qualify for that? Or are we saying specifically you have to have Bank of America or HUD?
Yeah, so strictly Bank of America and HUD through this program. It's not like just a regular loan program, like come to my buyer seminar and get pre-approved for this. It's strictly through the bank or through HUD.
Okay. All right. So you guys heard that. Caitlin, now, I don't know how much more you know about the program because I know it's all very, very new.
Yeah.
Now, as far as once it gets to the nitty gritty and all the qualifications and all of the major components, what do you think, or what's going to be happening as far as like what Bank of America is looking for when they say no money down? Like, why is there no money down? Is like the credit going to be a thing? Like, what's that going to look like?
Yeah, so the really good thing about this program is that there really isn't a credit requirement. So there's something called the Special Credit Program. And with this program, they're not going to necessarily look at what your credit score is. They're going to look at how well you pay your bills on time. They're going to look at things like rent payments, car payments, utilities, things like that. So this is what they're going to take into consideration to determine if you qualify for the program. And the other great thing is that there is no PMI. And so if you guys don't know what that is, that's private mortgage insurance. And that always adds on a couple $100s to your mortgage payment. So with no PMI, your monthly mortgage will be a couple $100 cheaper.
Wow, that's really, really big. Like, okay, so for all of us here, we are all minority women. I don't know how it either affects your personal family and or your buyers. Does anybody want to speak on, like, maybe once you've seen it and, seen the news and was like, was there an idea or a feeling that kind of popped into place? Like, you know what? I know I have a cousin that's been like, that really could use this, or I have some buyers that really, couldn't afford to get a house and I want to help them, but they couldn't. And now with this program, they can. Anybody want to talk about any of their experiences or outlooks on that?
Yeah, so I have a cousin, and most of my family is Hispanic. So he wants to buy, but he's having a new baby, and I know he works at Lowe's. So he also has student debt, and he's like, well, I'm just going to rent now. And with this program, it'll give him the chance to buy. And he's been texting me following up for 2 years now.
Wow.
So I know like at least 3 of the clients that were pre-approved before that couldn't because of certain situations. I know this would help them a lot with you know, possibly getting a house.
So this is going to be life changing for some
Oh,
people
yeah.
that, for, you know,
Definitely.
100%.
this
Yeah.
is definitely going to be life changing. I think this is something that is, depending on obviously once it's rolled out and you know the kinks are worked out, I think this is going to be big for the culture. It's going to be big for just kind of bridging the gap between home ownership for a lot of people, and it's also going to stimulate the economy in more neighborhoods.
And we need
So
that.
that's exactly what
Right
it is.
now.
We need more, because you can drive and be like, oh, this must be a good neighborhood, or this looks like it's been here, you know, since 1960s, and no one's put any love in, and no one's buying in that area. So I think this program is actually going to, it's going to help.
Yeah.
It's going to help a lot of people, a lot of families. It's a blessing for some people.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
It really, really is. So we hope that, you know, you guys have gotten a little bit more insight on this Bank of America No Money Down program. We are still kind of, you know, getting caught up and learning about it, seeing as how it just came out a few days ago. So as we get more information and more updates, we will be sure to relay the information to you and let you know how it applies to you as a buyer and as a consumer. And we hope that you come next week and join us as we divulge in another topic on lending and how these things actually apply to you and how to get through the pre-approval process. Again, thank you for joining us with Kicking It with Colton House. I'm Venetia, and you guys have a great weekend.
Bye.
Working all day.